Entering the studio, UFC champion Cain Velasquez.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Cain? Welcome to the show, brother.
Oh, yeah. The champ.
Good.
Wow, you're not too intimidating. Holy shit. Hey, what's up, Jim? And another Jim. What's up, Gaffigan?
Hey,
sit down, brother.
Man?
You know what? Anything about UFC?
I don't.
Then sit over there. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, go ahead,
what are you doing in New York? I'm not saying that in a confrontational way.
No.
Okay.
A bunch of media stuff. Going to be on Good Day New York, Regis and Kelly, those kind of shows.
Regis.
And these ones too.
Yeah.
You think I could take him there, Kelly? He'll be saying things like that.
Yeah.
And then,
of course you will.
And then you'll just punch him in the face. And
I got to be honest. Cain is the heavyweight champion, and I was really surprised. I mean, that you did as well as you did. I mean, you beat Brock up.
I think a lot of people were surprised, yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it that you were the better man.
There's that whole mystique about Brock he had about him, that he could go in there indestructible, kick everybody's ass. And you went in there and, wow, schooled him.
Yeah. I just think, with the hard training camp, they just prepared us really well. Went in there and we knew what he wanted to do as far as his game plan, so we went prepared for the fight. Yeah.
What do you think he wanted to do? Like, because it seems like Brock's thing is to get on top of you and then just use his weight. Is that what he wanted?
Yeah, we knew he wanted to do that. We knew that he would go forward with a lot of pressure, but it kind of surprised me how much pressure he did put on me in the beginning because he ran up to me, and that
he came
that
right
kind of threw me off my game a little bit, and then I just had to just tell myself in my head to regroup and then. Just to relax. But.
Was he stronger than you thought he was going to be, or not as strong? Because there was one point where Cain was up against the cage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, God, do you not want to be there?
Yeah. It felt like he put a lot of pressure on me against the cage. I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to move out of here. So I was just trying to keep him up and not let him go down to my legs. But he was definitely strong. I mean, he has a huge upper body. He's definitely massive. So
he also looked like he was trying to get you down. And your speed and dexterity, you jumped right back up. He could not keep you on the ground, which I think was good for you.
I mean, the guys that we have training with us, I mean, they're Olympic style wrestlers. They were on the USA Olympic team. We have this last year's national champion in college, and that's what we practice. We practice worst case scenarios where they would start on top of you, and the whole thing was just get up. I mean, a whole round of doing that. I mean, the whole training camp. I mean, 3 to 4 months just. Non-stop. They take you down with heavy guys, and you just get up. That's, second nature. So
it looked like because Brock had you by 20. I think I'm 244. You are, and I want to say he was 265. It was something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much he cut, if he did cut any. But he probably weighed 65, 270.
And so he had you by over 20 pounds, and he looked a lot long. He looked like he actually was a little.
Yeah, he looked a little doughy around the midsection there. He looked. Like it wasn't.
Oh, you want to tell Brock that?
Believe me, if Brock was here, if Brock was right here, I'd go, boy, Cain got lucky. I'm not an idiot.
I'm going to play back this tape when Brock finally comes in here. Hey, the boys thought you looked doughy there, Brock.
I'll say you said it.
Yeah, no, I said it.
What do you think happens? Like when you guys cut weight, then all of a sudden, because I think Rogan told us that you will just eat and drink like an animal that day after you get to the weight and just put 15 pounds back on.
Yeah, I mean. You walk around way much heavier than whatever weight you're trying to make. So I mean, once you get all your water out of you and everything else, you try to get as much in as you can, and then that pretty much brings you back to what weight you were at. I mean, people cut a lot of weight. They're like 15, 20 pounds below what they're supposed to be.
Were you scared walking in the ring?
I wasn't scared. For me, I'm always nervous, which I think is good for me. I mean, I think that gets me ready. Wasn't scared. I knew what my game plan was, and just felt ready. I just felt like it was my time.
When did you know that you had him? When you were in the ring, when did you know you had him?
I felt the momentum shift whenever I got my takedown, and he didn't get up right away.
You felt that oh, I think this guy's like tired, or I'm getting to him.
Yeah, he wasn't getting up right away, so I was like, okay, I'm in good position now. I mean, the fight's gonna turn my way now. So.
There was one where you guys were, I don't know what was happening, but you turned around, and it looked like your elbow hit his, because he had a tremendous gash on his cheek.
Yeah, he was a wreck.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Looked like it was accidental, I think.
Was it?
It looked like it was. Yeah, it looked like your elbow when you turned around. And remember when Brock did this thing where he kind of fell across the ring and he rolled, and I was like, Jesus, what the happened to him? He reacted pretty much the way I would have if you hit me. He just kind of fell, tried to get up and fell again. But it looked like you had an accidental elbow.
Okay. Yeah, I kept looking at the film, and I can see what point in time in the fight where I cut him. So
did he hurt you at all?
He didn't hurt me at all. I mean, those knees in the beginning, they hit my chest. I mean, if you want to do damage on somebody, you pretty much get hit right in the stomach, where you get the air out, or I mean, in the face, pretty much. In the chest, I mean, I felt it afterwards after my body cooled down. My chest was so sore, just like getting up from laying down. That was painful. But I mean, during the fight, it's not gonna hurt. No, it didn't.
Yeah, it looked like he was a little kind of coming in a little bit crazy and sloppy. Like instead of, it looked like, almost like he just took you a little. Not like he took you lightly, but after Carwin is such an animal, and after he survived Carwin's thing, I don't think that he planned well enough. He figured he would just come in and kind of bully you onto the ground and fall on you.
Yeah,
I think he did. I think in the beginning he just come out. He tried to come out hard and do as much damage as he could. I mean, and I think, for me to get me out of my game plan, because it surprised me. I was like, whoa, what is this? It was like I blinked and he was already to me.
Yeah,
that definitely got me out of it a little bit.
Charging at you. That was.
Imagine looking up and seeing that coming at you.
I know. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. Does he hit harder than other guys though? Because I don't think he's knocked anybody out by punching him. I think his whole thing is getting people down. How does he hit compared to other guys?
He hits hard, but his thing is to get people down and punch them. I mean, he takes people down, and last time when he fought Amir, he took him down and then knocked him out with a punch on the ground. To do that, you have a lot of power, because the more power you get is when you're standing and you get to throw your hips and your feet and everything into it. When you're on the ground, you can only throw your arm into it and your shoulder. And he knocked out Mir like that. I mean, and that just shows he has a lot of power there.
Yeah, that was an awful Frank Mir beating, because he had Frank almost. It was like a schoolyard thing where Frank's arm and head were just showing, and Brock's fist had free range. Like, wow, what a shit place to be that is.
That is really. I'll never understand that when I'm watching. Even the short little throws that you get when you're on the ground to the side of the face is like,
or the little, even the little kicks.
How is
the
that
little
just
kicks
not
to the thighs
knocking you out? I'm just a pussy.
Yeah, we're pussies.
That's what
there,
it is.
Cain,
I
is
can't
what we're trying to tell
I
you.
got a glass jaw.
Yeah. How good does it feel to be the champion?
It feels good.
Yeah.
You kind of bring it in for like a week. It's definitely an amazing feeling.
You've been around a while, obviously. What has changed?
A lot of
they treat you a little better.
Yeah, definitely. It's they definitely treat me better. It's more attention as far as media, more attention as far as public attention. Yeah.
So is Dana actually nicer to you now, or like how is Dana? Is Dana nicer once you're the champion?
He's always been the same, pretty much. I mean, he's definitely been a nice guy, but it definitely get treated better.
Also, all of a sudden, are you on his private jet? Instead of being coached somewhere.
Not that far, but that day in Anaheim, we moved from Disneyland because we had to do media stuff, so we moved from there all the way to Beverly Hills. So that was a nice change.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that is a nice change.
Yeah. Who do you want to fight?
I think the number one contender is Junior Dos Santos.
Okay.
So he'll be the next fight, yeah.
When is that going down?
We don't know yet. They haven't discussed it yet.
You want some time, obviously. You're not ready to just jump back in the cage right away, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it'll be around 3 to 4 months. I mean, I'm guessing. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking.
Why do you guys seem to fight so much more often? It's amazing that UFC or MMA has such a brutal reputation, and you guys always look better after a fight than a boxer does. Mm-hmm. Like, you guys can fight a couple times a year, and you don't see these boxers having championship matches.
18 months off?
Yeah, they take a long time off.
Fight?
Yeah. I don't think we take as much damage as the boxers would. I mean, because you're on your feet, you're punching each other in the face for 12 rounds. In this, you can take the fight to the ground where you don't even have to throw a punch and you can win the fight.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't even see a punch get thrown. You just see somebody's arm get twisted where it looks like it's going to be removed.
Did you think they were right? I was surprised that that the ref stopped it, because after the Carwin fight, Brock got it kind of impressed me that he took Carwin's punches and still kept throwing them off and still kept throwing them off. Was he really unable to defend himself when you were hitting him? Because he didn't seem to object when they stopped it.
Yeah. He was covered up. He wasn't throwing back. I mean, with what I learned from the Carwin fight, was just don't throw punches, just to throw them. I mean, I try to pick my shots. That's why I was trying to get in between his arms with the elbow, punch around, so pretty much just take my time. And I mean, yeah, I was doing damage there.
Yeah, you see some guys just start windmilling just for the hell of punching, hoping something connects. But yeah, you were a lot more calculated, looking for an opening. And then that one move, I love that. Yeah, I'm gonna punch you move, and then the fist hits. And then, oh yeah, the elbow got in there too. It's like this long hooking move with the arm. That's just gotta hurt.
I want to say, hardcore UFC guys are not surprised that you beat Brock Lesnar. By the way, he has a lot of skills. This Cain.
Yeah, it was still
because a lot of people that are just starting to get into the UFC were always surprised when Brock loses. But the guys that really know the sport are like, no, this is no surprise at all. Cain should have won this fight, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of the
there was a lot of hype behind Brock.
Yeah. A lot of the guys who are what would you call them, the experts in the sport had me winning the fight.
Yeah, I saw that.
I wasn't sure, but yeah.
I'm the kiss of death for a fighter. I thought Brock was going to win.
He gets it wrong
every time. I get it. I wanted
never want Jimmy picking
you. If I pick you, you're finished. I'm the cooler. I just stand there and ruin people's careers. I never pick a fight right. At what point in life did you know you wanted to fight professionally? Like, you're probably one of those guys that was just a guy that was training, but when did you go like, yeah, I kind of want this to be my life?
Well, ever since I started wrestling, I mean, in junior high, I want to do that my whole life. Maybe go to the Olympic team or something like that. But once I got to, I was a junior in college, I saw this sport, and man, for me, I love wrestling, but it just wasn't enough for me. I wanted to hit people. I wanted to hit my teammates, the guys that I was competing against. So I mean, I saw this sport, I was like, man, this is perfect for me. This is what I want to do.
So wrestling wasn't enough. You kind of like, these fists are really being not put to good use.
Yeah, that does seem to be the common factor with you guys. You all love hitting people. Everybody that's come in here is just like, yeah, I just enjoy punching people.
I think we all love hitting people, but
it's the get hit back part.
Yeah, exactly. That you don't like.
Thanks. Were you a fighter like in school? Anybody give you problems? You deck anybody? You just walk down the hall and deck somebody?
No. I was. I mean, but when I was a kid, I love watching. I love watching boxing. I wanted to do that as a kid, but just didn't do it. So
yeah, I like this a lot better anyway. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah,
whole thing instead of standing there but yeah, like you said, punching each other in the face for 15 rounds. You can take it to the floor.
Yeah. There's a lot more aspects to the sport. I mean, the kicking, the punching, the elbows.
Does that chain link hurt on the side of your face when it's being because that to me also looks very painful.
It's not. I mean, the only time I've ever gotten hurt with the fence was one time in practice. I took somebody down and my face, it slid all the way down.
Like a cheese grater.
To the bottom, and the bottom had the point sticking out. So my head hit it, and I had like 4 stitches right on my forehead.
Was that your worst injury? What was the worst thing that happened to you in the cage?
In the cage, nothing really in the. I broke my hand in the cage. But as far as the worst stuff would probably be like during the workouts. I mean, I've gotten knee surgeries, foot surgeries, hand cuts all the time. I mean, it's common. Yeah, he cuts all the time.
Have you been knocked out?
No, I haven't.
No one's ever knocked you out?
No, not in practice. I mean, I've got my bell rung, definitely. You see little stars, but not where I've been just completely out.
Wow, you never have been laid out and then open your eyes and gone, where am I? Wow.
Well, Carwin is fighting somebody. I think Shane's he's a really hard puncher. He seems like his punches are extraordinarily unpleasant.
He is. I think he's definitely one of the hardest punchers in the UFC. I mean, he has a lot of power when he punches.
And how long does it take you when you start to train? Because it's like that. You guys almost make it look like easy to be in shape. Like you just see these guys always in shape and ready to go. And like, when do you start? Like, now, will you fuck around for a little while and just kind of eat what you want and then get back to training, or do you just kind of stay trained the entire time?
Yeah, usually. For me, I'll take a week or 2 weeks off, and then go back to the gym, and then start off slowly. It'll be like a whole week of just hitting the bag, light workouts. Don't even practice with the team, really. Just kind of do your own thing for like a week, and then slowly start getting back into it. And then training camp usually is around like 12 weeks. So we'll train all the way up until then, and then that's when that really hard training starts.
I've always wondered this too, as somebody. I mean, you may look at me. I look like a fighter, but I'm actually not. And it's always weird asking a man questions. We're just like three chicks. What's it like to be strong?
The Virus. Sirius-XM.